Hello,
Bom dia.
and welcome to our YouTube channel, the Sunny Saudade Project. I'm Carlos.
And I'm Charlotte. We are a recently married couple currently living in the UK, but we've got a little plan up our sleeve, which is why I've decided to start this YouTube channel. We thought we'd start it now so we can document the whole process. But yeah, basically, we want a change in life.
Until last year, we were living in Southeast London until the lockdown. And we were living a very hectic lifestyle, working from 9 till 5.
Yeah.
And it was really stressful, and it's really hard to save money whilst being in London because you socialise and you go out with friends and you can get takeaways and there's a lot to do.
But also, like, the price of rent and even just to think about a mortgage was absolutely ridiculous. It's just a very expensive place to live, and in order to do that you have to work very hard, which that isn't an issue for me, but when it's for something I don't necessarily love, I think that was a little bit of an issue. And I sort of realised during last spring that I probably wasn't as happy as I could be, and Carlos misses home.
Yeah.
So we aren't living in South East London at the moment, as you can probably tell. Anyone who knows me knows how small and tiny our old flat was. But yeah, we have basically moved out of South East London at the moment. We're currently living at my mum and dad's, which is in the southeast of England. Very rural, very quiet. Not a lot to do here, but we are currently working and saving, and we're happy to announce that in the next few months, beginning of next year, we're finally going to be able to move. And
we're very excited and we're extremely happy for it.
Oh yeah. We are lucky where we're in this sort of position. Carlos, it's not necessarily inheriting because we still have to sort of do a few things, but anyway, there is an abandoned family farm in the Algarve which we plan to move to.
Okay, so I'm going to explain a little bit about why we called our YouTube channel the Sunny Saudade Project. So saudade is a Portuguese word that you can't really get it translated. It only exists in Portuguese for the most part, and it kind of translates into a feeling of nostalgia or emotion that has been long forgotten in the past, you don't have access to.
It's sort of lost in time a little bit. So the farm we're moving to, it's actually been abandoned for roughly 20 years. And yeah, the roof has caved in. There's like old machinery, stuff, wells. None of it's being used at the moment, which is really sad because it's a really beautiful place. One of the reasons we want to move back is to sort of reclaim this land that's been lost in time. Not to mention that the Algarve is an absolutely wonderful place. We can't wait for the sort of quality of life sort of difference. Food, for example, is just so much better over there. Every time we go over, we're always like stocking up on things and just amazed whenever we walk through a supermarket compared to like dingy old ones over here where it's just a series of onions and potatoes. The tomatoes over here are so sad. One thing I'm really looking forward to is like good tomatoes. I don't know why that one thing gets me really excited.
I want good tomatoes. Fun fact about the shopping centres in Portugal is that they tell you where every product is from when it comes to food. And it tells you, like, if you buy a piece of cheese or chorizo, it tells you from which region of Portugal it's from. Yeah, which is really good.
Yeah, that doesn't happen here.
You get a sack of potatoes from Yorkshire.
Yeah,
and that's
please.
it.
But also, one thing we can do over there, because the weather is so lovely, is actually grow our own food. In fact, on the land there's many already growing wild trees such as olives, pomegranates, there's not oranges, but there will be.
Soon, very soon. So as we have mentioned, the roof and the walls have kind of collapsed, so we do need to do a little bit of work on it. But there are some other good bits in the property. We have a well, which is which apparently has water. We're going to have to get it tested to see
Yeah.
if we can use it. There's also an old tank that my mum has told us that my great granddad used to use to wash all of the chickpeas.
Yeah, storage or something.
Or something rather. There's also a big circular stone cylinder that was used to grind.
Grinding flour or something.
Or something like that, you know, what people...
Loads of weird old machinery.
Yeah.
But it looks really cool and it's like a really nice fun thing. As the walls and the roof are collapsing, we are planning to start off by building a little sort of tiny house. We're currently thinking like a little shepherd's hut. Obviously the heat is going to be a big factor in making sure that I don't melt, because as you can tell I'm pretty pale.
She's quite pale, bless her.
I don't cope with heat that well. That'll be fine. But we do need to sort of think about things like insulation of that and getting through and just having enough shade and stuff on the land while we sort of set up.
The actual land is located on the east side of Portugal. It is quite, you know, hidden away, but it is quite easy to get to other major towns and shopping centres, you know, in a 15-20 minute drive. Yeah, it's down a little bit of a dirt track, but once you're on the main roads, I think it's only about 20 minutes to some places such as Olhão, Faro, Quarteira, which all have amazing like beaches and shopping places, restaurants, which we're really excited for because we love food. And speaking of food, the Algarve is one of the best places in Portugal to have fresh seafood. I was about to say fresh fish food, because I'm probably getting hungry.
Same thing.
The same thing, basically. Also, near the land there is a natural reserve called Rio Formosa, which you can sometimes find flamingos that Charlotte is a big fan of.
I've not yet seen them up close. They're always avoiding me every time we've gone over. But yes, I'm really looking forward to finally actually spotting them. Also, like, it's just a beautiful place. Like, it's loads of like lagoons and things like that. There's like sort of, I don't know how to explain it, pools. It's just beautiful. You can see it when you fly into Faro actually. It's all like the little sand dunes, and people have actually built like houses on these weird isolated sand banks. It's very strange.
And they have, sometimes you can use binoculars to check out the other animals as well. You have different kinds of birds as well. And all sorts of creatures. So
it's really cool. We spotted a wild chameleon once. That was
we did actually, but no flamingos as of yet. Not as of yet.
So many of you know also that the Algarve is very touristy. One thing we also want to do on this channel is sort of steer away from that and show that it's not just all Albufeira, big beaches. I mean, the beaches are great, but you know, that whole sort of 1830 vibe. There's so much more to the Algarve, and we're kind of hoping one day maybe we can do something like glamping or something, because the land is sort of like a sort of point, so we can also live up the top and have like a little bit down the bottom. I don't know, it's an idea, but yeah, it's somewhere that it's got so much history and there's so much to it, and I think it's really sad that whenever we go to somewhere else in Portugal and we mention the Algarve, people say,
"Oh, it's not really part of Portugal."
It's not
the real Portugal. Yeah.
But there is so much going on there, such as towns like Sils and Estoril,
and all these other places. You have to go into the mainland, away from the seafront, because the seafront is just a tourist trap.
But
most of the time, but they're really good places to go, and we'll try and show you them as often as we can. We are planning on, hopefully, fingers crossed, this is our first time doing this, we want to see if we can upload at least once or twice a week, a couple of videos just to keep you guys entertained and all that. And,
we are sort of currently we work during the weekends quite a lot, so it'll probably be like a beginning of the week kind of thing, but we'll keep you posted and we'll see how that goes as well. Don't
forget to leave a like, comment what is your favourite thing about Portugal, subscribe to our channel, it would really help us out, guys.
And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.